What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Diz Twitter podcast. Very excited today. Today is show 10, by the way, so we are 2 full hands into this show. A guest I wanted to have on. You know him, you love him, maybe you don't. No doubt you've seen him on Twitter before. It is the oh-so-positive Brer Oswald. How are you, man?
I'm doing great. I'm excited to have a positive and chill stream today.
Oh, I'm sure that's exactly what it's going to be. So let's just address something right off the bat. People are seeing, I don't know how this is going to look once I go back to edit it, but you don't have a webcam. So
Correct.
We were trying to figure out how to put like a static image where his video would be. I'm going to try to do that when I go back and post and edit it. So hopefully you guys are seeing like at least his avatar or something right now. So we'll figure that out. That's why you're not seeing that beautiful mug on the screen right now.
Correct.
Just wanted to go ahead and address that. And we were just talking before we started. I'm coming down with something. I don't know if it's a cold, some kind of crud I got, allergies. I don't know. So if I'm coughing a little bit in this episode, I apologize, everybody.
Likewise,
but let's
likewise.
jump. Yeah, there you go. Because I know you're just kind of getting over something.
Correct.
So we're going to jump right into it. The first question I always ask everybody is what we're going to get to in a second. My first question is, why are you so miserable all the time? Come on,
What are you
let's
talking
hop
about?
on my couch.
I'm happy. I'm positive. I'm excited.
Dude, let me just say this. You sound like a sweet dude. I mean, you've got a very nice voice. You sound like you would be a positive guy.
Thank you.
But, we're going to get there. That was my joke first question. Because I think you got a little bit of an anger problem. But we're going to cross that bridge when we get to it. But seriously, first of all, when I ask everybody, the first question is, tell us the story behind your Twitter handle. And I think we can put 2 and 2 together, but I want to hear it from you.
Oh, for sure. I mean,
yeah.
I love Brer Rabbit. I love Oswald the Lucky Rabbit.
Sure.
Those were 2 characters when I was getting into like middle school, and I'll get into my history with Disney, but
Yeah, we're going to get there.
around the age of like, I don't know, 12, 13, I was starting to feel a little bit distant from the company. You know, you grow older and you're kind of like, oh, it's childish or whatever. But 2 things that really pulled me back into Disney and made me such a passionate fan that I am was, 1, the video game Epic Mickey, 2010 video game, and of course Splash Mountain. And I completed that game and first went on that attraction in the same year. So that kind of helped. That kind of helped reinforce my love for Disney. And I believe I created the username for WDW Magic. It was a couple years. It was a couple years after that, of course. I want to say 2016 when I was in high school. It's just what I came up with for my username. I wanted to get on the forums and
Yeah.
Okay.
So pretty simple story. And then tell me what is going on. Your account, was it hacked? Was it suspended? I know you have a story. I think it's pinned to the top of your profile page. But what happened with that?
So I don't know. I don't know if somebody reported me or something. I made some tweet about Gen Z. Like I mentioned that I was Gen Z, and how I think people were talking about like what Gen Z wants from theme parks, and I was putting in my 2 cents based on me being Gen Z. And I don't know if it was like an auto moderation thing that flagged it, or if somebody reported it. Now, to be clear, Gen Z starts in, I think it's 96.
I have no
96,
idea.
97.
I'm gonna look that up while you're talking.
I'm a millennium baby, so 2000. I would have created my account, that original account, in 2018, so I would have been 17 or 18. So I was well
Gen
within.
Z is 97 to 2012, by the way.
Nice. So I was well within that age limit to legally create the account. But you know how Twitter is now. Under its current ownership. And how they've laid off all the employees and just relegated everything to AI. So I appealed. I got the appeal accepted in the first day, said my account would be reinstated, and for 30 days nothing happened. I contacted support every single day, and it just kept sending me to the same forum.
Jeez, it's weird because I know a lot of people in the Disney community on Twitter that have had their accounts suspended for like totally mysterious reasons, like Professor Leisure, who was my inaugural guest on the show. And he has no idea why. Derek Bergen, who's awesome, he has no idea why.
Derek Bergen still doesn't have his account back, right?
No, I know he doesn't.
On his other one.
Leisure,
he got it back, and then they took it away.
Yeah. Yeah. So Leisure just finally got his back like a few weeks ago.
Oh, really?
It was
Good.
yeah, it was pretty recently. So I don't know what's going on, but all these Disney people are having their accounts suspended and nobody knows why. But I knew there was some drama behind yours, so I was just curious about that.
I think
so
it
let's
was
circle
just
back.
I think it was just like AI moderation. Like
Probably,
and I think
yeah.
that's really what's down to all these mysterious things that are happening. It's
Yeah, well, I know at one point, I think Derek or somebody in the Diz Twitter community mentioned, hey, make sure you put like fan account or parody account or whatever
correct.
on. So I think that helps. So I did that,
Yeah.
and I haven't had any problems. So fingers crossed, nothing bad
Hopefully.
happens with mine anyway. All right, so cool. So let's circle back. I know you were talking about your love of the company for a little bit. So I always like to know everybody's backstory, like why they became a Disney fan, like around what age, first time they got to go to the parks, all that good stuff. So let's hear your backstory.
So for me, I mean, it was pretty much straight out of the womb.
Wow.
I think the first gift I ever got in the hospital was a Winnie the Pooh plush from my uncle.
Nice.
And I was like throughout my my early childhood, even to mid childhood, I was obsessed with Winnie the Pooh. I think that
awesome.
1977 film, Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, I think that was my first film that I ever watched. So I loved Pooh. And my parents, my dad especially, big Disney fan growing up.
Cool.
He got a timeshare in Florida in mid 90s to prepare like to take his family in the future.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it came time to finally take me for the first time. So I was wasn't even quite 2 yet.
Okay. So really early on.
Really early on. This was 2002.
Okay.
But I hadn't been familiarized with Mickey Mouse yet. So what my parents did is they hooked up a CRT to the back of the car, and on the drive down they just had me watch Mickey Mouse cartoons all the way so that I would love the character. And I instantly fell in love with the character, particularly the classic cartoons. It was something about the classics just stood out to me. It just spoke to me.
Yeah. That's cool. So you went very early, and then were you guys frequent visitors? Like you said, you had the timeshare set up and all that. Did you guys
pretty
go down a lot?
frequent? For first couple years of my life, it was like every other year, every couple years.
Okay.
From about 2006 or 7 up until COVID, basically, we would go every single year.
Oh, nice. So then you guys cut back a little bit after COVID?
Yeah, correct.
Okay. And you are, correct me if I'm wrong, I think I just found this out about you yesterday, that you are in Canada?
Correct.
So does that make things a little more complicated?
I mean, now it does.
Yeah, sure.
But not too much. I mean, we live, you know where Toronto is?
Yep. Oh, yeah.
So close to Toronto, close to the border.
Okay.
So
It's funny because you're the third Canadian on the show out
Correct.
of 10 shows already. That's
correct.
awesome.
And they're not too far from me.
Oh, nice. Cool. So you have a whole little
I haven't
Diz
met up with
Canada
them,
chapter.
but
Okay.
we are relatively close to each other.
Maybe one day. So you, like you
Hopefully.
said, came pretty much right out of the womb. What would be like your first core memory from Disney? Because, I don't know, when you were not even 2, you said you probably don't remember.
Surprisingly, I remember
Wow.
strange stuff. I mean, I got to bring it back to Splash.
Go ahead.
Love the mug, by the way.
Oh, yeah. See, there you go.
drank out of that this morning.
Nice.
So one of my first memories, obviously I wasn't going to ride the attraction at such a young
Right.
age, but
Sure.
peering into that finale from the train and just seeing this beautiful orange sunset with these chickens and hens and cartoon characters dancing on a boat, like it spoke to me. It struck my imagination. Like I was just so fascinated by it. That's not the only one. The People Mover, I have fond memories of riding the People Mover at night. I think that's one of the moments that really cemented my love for the park. Just taking in the ambience, looking at that Progress
Yeah.
City model, like
That's awesome. So living in Canada, going once every year, once every other year, whatever it was, when you would go home, as you started to get older anyway, were you all consumed with all things parks? Like when you weren't in the parks, you were just like reading up on it, listening to, background music, listening to the podcasts and things like that. You said you went on to like WDW Magic, like their message boards.
Yeah,
were you
correct.
kind of all in? Yeah. So like when did that whole thing like really kind of take off?
I want to say... I mean, probably around 2012.
Oh,
2012,
okay.
2013. Around that time, I started to get really back into it, and I started appreciating the history more. Maybe even a little bit earlier. Maybe 2010, 2011.
Okay. So I think you mentioned it earlier. Did you kind of just fall out of love with it a little bit because you were at like a weird age? Maybe like, this isn't cool anymore. Yeah.
You're kind of getting older.
Sure.
That's when I started. That's when I started getting into like Mario and Nintendo and like video games stuff like that.
Nice.
So that kind of pulls you away, and you're not as close to the parks up in Canada.
Yeah.
So
Sure.
it's not all consuming you 24/7.
Yeah, no, dude. I mean, I get it. Like, I live in Virginia, which is obviously a lot closer than the Toronto area, but
Yes.
I don't get down as much as I would love to. Like,
Oh,
I'm
for
not
sure.
a local. I mean, there was a stretch where I was going 6 or 7 times a year.
It's so hard to not not
It's
get
so
into that.
stupid. Like, I thought we were done with that. And every time I accidentally say it, it's like,
I
oh,
know.
no, don't do
I
that.
know.
And even when I'm home, like, I work at a radio station. I'm in my office. Like, I schedule the music for the radio station throughout the day. But I'll always have on, like, a background loop when I'm working. I just need something in the background. Or if I'm at home doing stupid chores, I'm listening. I have a YouTube, like, just playlist of hundreds and hundreds of background loops that I listen to because I love that stuff. And it kind of chills me out. It makes me feel like I'm still connected even though I'm so far away.
I still do while I'm working, and
Sure.
yeah, like the last 2 weeks I've just been listening to the Journey into Imagination, the original soundtrack.
Nice. Yeah, dude. Like background loops are my jam. Like I always have those on. I just think they're so awesome, especially the older ones that aren't around anymore. Interventions, like I listen to that all the time. It's just the best. So I know you said you slowed down a little bit post COVID. So when was the last time you were down there?
2024. So 2 years
Okay.
ago.
So I mean, in the grand scheme of things, that's really not that long ago.
No, it's not.
In the like Uber fan community, it seems like forever.
Yeah.
Like many of us, like we're going 6 months and we're jonesing, like we're an addict. We got to get back. We got to, feel that itch a little bit.
Yeah, I feel you there.
Yeah, so I'm trying to think. So like 2 years ago, was everything that's there currently was pretty much open at the time then, right? Like you really haven't missed much over the past
I've
2 years.
missed
Like
Buzz, Test Track.
Oh yeah, obviously Test Track. I didn't think about that. Some restaurants, obviously.
Yeah.
I don't think there's been any other big openings since then, right? I think you pretty much hit it all. The new Soarin'.
New Soarin', correct.
Yeah.
I
So I don't think there's been...
unfortunately, I probably won't get out to see that, but unless they rerun it.
I don't think it's going to go anywhere. We'll talk about some of that fun stuff later.
Okay, yeah.
So in any event, so it's been a couple of years. Any plans to go back somewhat soon, or is it still going to be a little bit of a wait for you?
I'd say it's still a bit of a wait. Next year I'm doing Tokyo, so have to do Tokyo
Nice.
Disney.
Oh, dude, I'm super jealous for that, man. That is, out of all the international parks, I mean, I would like to do Paris for sure. And that's
Yeah, me
obviously
too.
a little bit of an easier trip. It's not
For
too
sure.
bad of a plane ride. Tokyo is a little bit of a hike. Is this like
Yeah.
a whole big family vacation
Yeah,
kind of
correct.
thing? That's dope. So how long are you going to stay in Tokyo, like to do the Disney parks?
I haven't decided yet.
Oh, okay. So this is
I'm
not booked
tr-
yet.
No. So we have a cruise booked. We're gonna do a cruise around the islands. But we were gonna start in Tokyo, the city itself, for a couple days, and then I'm trying to finagle maybe 4 days at the parks.
Okay. So
Three
Tokyo
at
Disney
three at
Sea
minimum.
finally?
3 at minimum.
Okay, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
And then seeing Tokyo proper sounds sick. We
Yeah.
told our son, our oldest, he'll be graduating. He's going to be a sophomore this year, so we got a few years. And then I think that'll be like his big graduation trip because I want to see it selfishly too.
Oh, for sure.
And Disney's going to have a Disney Cruise Line ship out of Tokyo or around there anyway. OLC is
it
doing that one. So
2 or 3 years from now.
I think it's 28,
Okay.
if everything's still on track. So yeah, so it'll be a couple years away. That'll be my
Yeah.
excuse. I can go do that ship. I can see the
Yeah.
city, and then I can go to the parks. We'll knock it all out in one fall swoop.
You're a big cruiser,
All right.
aren't you?
Oh, dude. I mean, I don't know if it's off camera. I have so much cruise stuff. We have a couple more booked. We're doing Norway next year, so we're going to go to London before. We're doing the Fantasy in April. So with those two, that'll get us to 30 Disney cruises.
I love the Fantasy.
Oh,
I
dude,
mean, it's the only ship I've been on, but I absolutely love it.
It's like old school Disney.
It is.
Dude, yeah, and I really do love the new ships. The Wish is fine for like a weekend cruise, just to get on a ship. That's great. They knocked it out of the park with the Treasure. If you love the Fantasy, I think you would like the Treasure, and you're a parks guy, so I think you'll like that. The Destiny was very cool, but obviously you got to kind of like Marvel. And the new ships are great. Like, they fixed a lot of things that I wish the old ships had. If I could Frankenstein a ship, it would be taking pieces from the Fantasy and taking them from the Treasure and kind of put them together.
I kind of hope that's what the new ones are going to be like.
I hope so. Yeah, because they're going to go back to slightly smaller, which is going to be nice. And I hope they go back to that more traditional, like, cruise liner look inside. Because that's why I love Magic Wonder Dream Fantasy. It's just that old school, very classy kind of feel.
Great.
So I'm stoked to go on those cruises. But yeah, I saw you went to Greece, and that looked very cool. I was following you along with that.
Yes.
And so that, like, not a Disney trip, but still a very fun trip.
It was fun. It was fun.
Would you go back on a Disney cruise again?
Oh, Disney cruise? Of course I would.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, they're very pricey. That is the thing.
Yeah. They're not cheap, but they're great. I mean, and you do get the service, and there's a lot of really good things.
We did a Princess cruise, and it was good. It was fine. Nothing compared to Disney. I will give Disney their flowers all day for the cruise lines.
Hey, something positive. I love that.
See?
Well, now we're going to talk about the hate that fills your soul deep down inside. Because like I said in the beginning, though, man, I mean, you sound like such a lovely person. Like, you sound like you would be like a happy, cheerful kind of guy. And then I read these tweets of like, this dude needs to be medicated. So we're going to dive into a little bit of the negativity, because I want you to finally have a forum to speak and not, be beheld to however many characters you get on Twitter.
Oh,
and let's
for sure.
be honest, the more you type, the less people are going to read it anyway. So this is giving you a chance to kind of tell your side of all this stuff. So we all know that you hate Splash Mountain. I've got this mug. I put it back there.
It's the worst. The worst.
You hate Splash Mountain. No, you love Splash Mountain.
I do.
And I get it. Like, it's a great ride. But that is the thing that I think kind of puts you on the map on Twitter. Because you have been very vocal about it. And I'm not going to say, like, you dedicated your account to it, but a very large percentage of what you would tweet about was all things Splash Mountain.
It kind of took over for a bit, yeah.
Yeah, and that kind of became your personality in a weird way. So now that it's gone, you're still pretty upset about it. Sometimes you come across as being like overly negative about it and just angry about it. And then sometimes it's like you're very calm and rational, and you'll calmly explain it. But tell us why you were so pissed that it was taken away and why you are still so mad about it.
I mean, you have a favorite great movie ride.
Great Movie Ride was
How do you feel about that?
I mean, obviously, I was very upset because growing up, I spent a lot of time with my grandparents, and those are the kind of movies I would watch, like Footlight Parade and Casablanca, and those were the movies that I grew up on. Like, I'm a very old soul. Like, I listen to...
I am as well.
I can kind of tell.
Yeah.
I mean, being in radio, like, even growing up, I would listen to, like, the old school radio programs that people would listen to before TV.
That's
so,
awesome.
like, that's just the stuff that I'm into. So it totally ripped my heart out. And I was there for the last day, and I rode it quite a few times that day, and I was super bummed out that it went away. But, at the end of the day, I think, unlike you, maybe, I don't know you that well, but I'm more apt to be able to roll with the punches, and I can go along with change, and I wish it didn't go away. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not happy about it, but I know it's gone. And the odds of it coming back are very, very slim. So, no, I mean, as the years have gone by, obviously it's been gone longer than Splash has been gone. So I've had more time to get over it, but you still seem to be, it's very raw for you still, right?
Yeah, and I think the thing with that, it's more how they went about it than the fact that the ride's gone.
Sure.
And it's more like they've wiped every trace of it. Like, they've gone beyond what they probably needed to do. Like, they could have given it, like, Great Movie Ride got some going away merch. I have a shirt that I think it says that. Yep. You know the shirt I'm talking about. It's like
I have the exact
logo.
same shirt. I should have worn it.
Yeah, yeah, it's a great shirt. And I mean, even in that last D23, Great Movie Ride got a ton of callbacks in that opening number.
Yes, it did.
It's more, it's like being shut out of a family.
I get it.
And it's not for anything you did. It's just it's just the circumstances that happened. And it would be different if they still gave a little tribute to the characters, or they still played the music somewhere. But they don't. And I think the part that stings even more than the company acknowledgement is the way the fan base handles it. Like, they almost shut you. It feels like, to me, they shut me out of every discussion because of what. And you're not like that. There's tons of people that that aren't like that, and I appreciate that. I really do.
Sure.
I wish more people could be like you. In terms of
somebody on Twitter asked me to ask you why you're such a racist, or why you think you speak for all black people.
That's kind of the stuff I'm talking about.
So I think the thing with Splash and, Great Movie Ride and Ellen's Energy Adventure and all these things, they didn't have this weird cloud hanging over it like Splash did. I think that kind of muddles everything a little bit. For sure.
My counterpoint with that is, during the whole Splash, like the transition, the transition period between when it was announced and when it actually executed, a lot of us did our research on the folklore, on the characters, and we had research beforehand. But we presented really well thought out points on, like, why these characters are important, why representing these characters in the ride is important, why the ride is completely separate from whatever issues the movie had, and it just feels like they all got ignored, like nobody listened to it, and. Some people did, and some people changed their stance, and I applaud them for that. Sure. But there's a lot of people that were, I don't know, they just didn't want to hear it. They took more glee out of the persecution for the Splash fans than anything that was actually going on.
Yeah, no, I get it. And like I said, it was a weird time. I mean, I don't want to go down like
I don't either.
I don't want to rehash that, because again, that was during COVID. It was during all the Black Lives Matter stuff that was going on. So it was a very weird time, and I think people's problem with it is now, like, I don't remember a lot of the I actually do. I just don't want to revisit some of the reaction when they announced what was going to happen.
That was hard for me.
I'm sure it was.
I took a lot of heat.
Oh, dude, and I get it, and I agree with you in the fact that the ride is gone. And the odds of it coming back are slim to none, and we're going to get to that. Yeah, and I'm going to talk to you about that a little bit too. But I do agree with you the fact that, why did it all have to go? Like, I don't see why Zippity Doo Dah can't be played. Like, correct. I don't think that's hurting anybody's feelings.
It's not.
If they want to put some merch out, I don't think that's such a bad thing.
Exactly.
Bring a character out. So I will side with you on that. I don't think you had to wipe it all off the face of the earth and just act like it just didn't exist, period. I do think that was probably a bridge too far.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people's thing now is, and when did Splash close? What year was that? Was that 21, 22?
23.
What year? 23, Jesus, it was that long ago?
Yeah.
Okay, so in any event, now we're on the back end of 2026, and I think people who talk to people like you are, dude, just let it go. Like, it's over. We're a few years removed now. Like, Tiana's been there for a while, so why do you continue to fight this good fight years after the ride has been gone?
What's that saying? If you the saying in bargaining where you pitch something really high, you shoot for the stars, and you get a little bit lower. Yeah.
Sure.
I just want some acknowledgement. That's really it. Like you said, like, play the song, bring the characters back, include them, and they reference old attractions all the time. Like, it's not like Figment, Dreamfinder. I'm sure we'll talk about that later. But Dreamfinder, the character, he's still got merch. He's still got references for that 20 year long period. And when that ride closed, from what I hear, there was a lot of, similar to Splash, there was a lot of like personal vindictive behavior in terms of the people that wanted to get rid of it. And in a couple years that kind of subsided, and they kind of admitted, okay, you know what, we went overboard on this, you know, maybe we'll bring Figment back, maybe we'll put little callbacks or whatever. But when they first did it, it was, from what I hear, it was pretty radical.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'll be curious to see what happens, like, a few more years down the road. I think maybe when more time has gone by, like, maybe they reintroduce Zippity Doo Dah, because it's not anywhere on property at this point, right? Like, I don't think it's any... Can you hear it anywhere?
One or two places they forgot to scrub it, but it's not, like, the ride version.
Right.
It's, like, a pop version.
A pop version?
From, like, Disney Channel, so...
Oh, okay.
And people were like sending it to me the other day, and they're like, "Oh my god, they're playing it again, finally!" And I'm like, "Guys, I've heard this every single one of my trips from the last, like, I don't know, since COVID. Like, it's they didn't bring it back."
So it is. Where is it? Is it in Japan, or is it the original version? It's still overseas. Which park is it?
Was Splash Mountain?
Yeah, is it
Tokyo.
The original version?
Tokyo.
So you're going to get to ride it when you go.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Oh, you're going to be the happiest dude on planet Earth. God forbid they, for some reason, decide to switch it over to something else between now and then. Like, that would just be, like, the cruelest of jokes.
It would be. I think we're in the clear for a bit, if not for the foreseeable future. I don't think it's... people tell me here and there, like, they have ins with WDI or whatever, and some people say, oh, it's definitely happening, and oh, it was going to happen, but it was canceled because they don't have the budget and they don't really care. The ride's super popular over there. The land is super elaborate, and they have more than enough things they have to take care of before they even look at it. So I think it'll
be good.
I think it'll be good. Yeah.
I cannot wait for you to get to ride that. I want that for you, because you've had to put up with a lot. And
thank you.
And and again, sometimes I do see your tweets. I'm like, oh my god, am I going to have to mute this guy today? But I get the frustration, man. But again, like, in all fairness, I think sometimes it does go a little far,
for sure.
And especially with, like, some of the language, and I can tell like you're just getting frustrated, and you do have to put up with a lot of shit, and I understand that. But I think sometimes it's important to kind of catch yourself and kind of reel it back in and not let people get to you too much, because they're just going to get you riled up, man.
Yeah, for sure.
And I've talked to some people about that offline before too. It's like, at what point do you just kind of, like, just wash your hands of the people and just let it go, and that'll make you much happier, and they're not going to drive you totally insane.
Yeah.
So, I just wanted you to have your, your moment, your 2 cents on Splash, because I know that's a big deal for you. But now what I want you to do is I want you to say 3 positive things about Tiana's Bayou Adventure.
Oh, that's
3.
Give me 3.
Easy. And they can't be involving any kind of Splash scenarios in there at all.
What do you mean?
So, like, I don't know, what would I say?
I like that it makes Splash look 1,000 times better.
Yeah, like, nothing like that. Okay. I don't want you to get a dig in. Like, give me 3 actual positive things about Tiana.
Okay, so you know when you're going up the first lift hill, where they ripped out Brer Frog.
Yeah.
That's a shame. But aside from that, that view of the bayou and the water tower is not that bad. It's not.
No, it's bad. Not. Okay. It was
like
one.
When the first time I rode it, I'm like, yeah, this is okay. I kind of feel like I'm in a bayou. That's one.
That's one. Oh, this is gonna be hard for you, isn't it?
No, you know what? I might even give you 4.
Okay. Give me all the positives you can think of. I love it.
I might even give you 5.
Okay.
Maybe even 6. Let's see. Let's not get ahead of
ourselves. So far, we've got 1. You got a long way to go.
Let's not get ahead of it.
Yeah.
The gator, the fat gator.
Okay.
When he's working,
yeah,
pretty impressive.
Yeah, it is. It's
pretty
great.
When he's working.
Sure.
There is. I'm not a fan of the soundtrack at all, but there's 2 points. 2 or 3 points that I like. I think when you're in that scene where it's just pure darkness and it's just an empty hallway, they have like the crickets and the things chirping. That was pretty charming. That's like that's like an old school Disney Splash Mountain-esque touch.
This is good. I like this.
That's 3. The lighting in the former Laughing Place is an improvement from the lighting in Splash.
Okay.
I don't think what it's illuminating is an improvement.
Okay.
But I like the colorful lighting. Now, on the flip side, on a so I'm specifically talking about Florida's. I haven't been on California's, but I've seen some pretty vivid POVs, and I know a ton of people that have. They toned down, for whatever reason, the colors in that section are like super bland, which is a shame because Disneyland's Laughing Place was super colorful. It was like that's kind of what Florida's Tiana kind of looks like now, which I thought was a positive, but it's not so good. California, unfortunately. That is 4 positives. Ignore that.
Good.
Ignore that tangent. I don't hate the melody of Special Spice. I think it's pretty catchy.
Yeah, so do I. It's not a terrible little tune.
It's not. It's nothing compared to what it replaced.
No, of course not. Yeah.
But for an original song, and a lot of people give it hate, I actually think it's better than a lot of the songs from Princess and the Frog.
Okay, that's
melodically.
Yeah.
Lyrically, it feels kind of half-baked, and I think it only plays like a 30-second loop, which is unfortunate, because there are more lyrics to it, but, you know.
Okay, well, this is fun, dude. You're actually giving some positives. Let me ask you this. Like, okay, so let's just say it's working at 100% perfection throughout the entire ride. Nothing's broken. What do you think about that end scene with all the animatronics at the party and all that stuff? Like, when it's working right, you have to admit, it's a pretty dope scene when it's working right.
It's a decent scene. It's a solid scene.
Okay.
I mean, you can't, like, I can't go on it without comparing, because I know the layout of the ride. I know,
of course.
I know what was there. I know where everything is. I think my problem with, even that aside, my problem with the scene, it feels a little cluttered. Like it does, the staging doesn't seem to be the best. It just seems like they threw all the animals all over the place. They kind of replicated the gator thing with the mom and the friend character, which is fine. That's okay. That you want to do that because that was a good staging when you had the gator staged, gator band staged against the boat. That was a good backdrop. So doing something similar is good. I think they should have kept the gators. I think that would have made a lot of sense. And I think that would have. I think if they had kept those extra critters, the ride would have been better off for it.
Okay. That's fair. So let me ask you this. I was curious about this. So if they open Tiana's Bayou Adventure somewhere else in Magic Kingdom or one of the other parks, if they open it at Hollywood Studios, they put that flume ride in that park, would you like that ride a lot more knowing it didn't replace Splash, or would you still feel like it's just it's an kind of ride?
I would probably still feel like it's an kind of ride, but I wouldn't have any malice towards it. I wouldn't.
No animosity towards it.
I wouldn't have it. No, because there's no reason to. It's a new attraction. Sure. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Like
you just think,
I would feel. I don't know. I'd feel kind of the same way that I feel about like Navi River Journey.
Oh, okay.
Which is interesting. I like it. I like, but it doesn't like speak to me or anything. Like it's.
Yeah.
It has its moments. It has its moments, and it's It's just fine.
Fair enough. All right, so that's kind of, like I said, the whole Splash thing is what kind of puts you on the map as far as Diz Twitter goes. Up until that point, when they announced the ride was closing and your battle to save it after that, were you a Save Splasher, by the way, or you just pissed
I
that it was
never
gone?
used that hashtag or
so that wasn't you weren't
whatsoever.
A part of that camp.
But apparently, according to everyone, I was the ringleader. I was the head of all the Facebook groups. I wasn't in any Facebook group.
You just thought it was an injustice what happened to the ride.
I'll say it again. The fan base really, like the Disney fan base, their switch up was really what frustrated me because there was a period of 2 to 3 weeks when like that one cast member guy, he made a petition to change the ride. And it's because he really didn't care about Splash. He didn't really care about the injustice, any so-called injustices that the ride portrayed. He wanted a Princess and the Frog ride, and he knew, Disney rethemed Tower of Terror, so this is the path forward. And I think he even mentioned a thing like, keep it at Disney World, but I want the Disneyland one to change because he lived by Disneyland. He worked at Disneyland.
Gotcha.
And so there was a big uproar in the community and like discussions about it. But nearly everyone in the Disney community, like the Diz Twitter community, said, no, don't retheme it. That's a bad call. It's a stupid call. Don't do that. It's an overreaction. Right. So there's like a period of like 3 weeks, and like they were reassuring me because I was kind of I was younger too and more emotional, and I was kind of getting a little hysterical and concerned about it, and they were like reassuring me.
No.
Yeah, I know. I'm a lot more calmer now than I used to be.
You are calm right now.
Yeah.
All right.
But and then I don't know. It's just the switch up. It was like as soon as the announcement went, all those people that were reassuring me were like, "Yeah, replace it. All these fans are racists," and that really hurt it hurt me. It made me feel awful. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I get it, and that sucks. You had to go through that, so I'm sorry about that, man.
It's okay. It's personal growth. It's strength, you know.
It is. I like that. You're growing still. You're still like, I'm not trying to sound like an old man.
No,
I'm obviously older than you, but so you're 26 then, because you were a millennial.
25 and a half. 25 and a half.
20, oh, you're so young if you're saying and a half. I think you got to stop saying you're and a half years old.
No, I know.
Like
almost 26. Yeah.
Okay, there you go. We'll roll with that. But I think, like, as you get older, you'll just start to let things go a little bit more because you'll find the stress of this crap just isn't worth it. But I love that you're still putting up the good fight. I mean, you got to fight for what you believe in.
Yeah.
But I am curious. So that set you off. Like the splash thing kind of set you off. Before that, were you kind of being a little bit of a curmudgeon when it came to the parks, or was that the straw that broke the camel's back, I guess?
I'm always, it's in my nature to always be a little critical. Nothing's perfect, and I look at these theme parks and I'm like, how can we improve them? Like, how can this be better? I think the first change that kind of hurt me was when they got rid of Toontown, because that was one of my core memories from my first trip was meeting Mickey in Mickey's house. But I was excited for New Fantasyland, and it opened, and I wasn't that even as a kid. I was like 13. I wasn't that impressed. Aside from I like Mine Train. Mine Train's a charming attraction. And then what was the next thing?
So after that, Avatar was way down the road.
Yeah, Avatar's down the road. Maelstrom. I never cared about Maelstrom. Sorry.
Yeah, I think that one was fine. I don't think many people would.
My dad would always try and make me go on it, and I'd be like, eh. I don't love the replacement. I would prefer if they did more something leaning into like Norwegian folklore. And,
sure.
But it is what it is. I'm not losing my shit over that. Sorry.
Yeah.
Pardon.
Gotcha.
And then, sorry, is the S word okay, or?
You can say it. It's fine. I put it on YouTube, not for kids. It makes you say for kids or not for kids. I say not for kids.
Okay, I'm gonna try and not.
You're fine. Fine.
Thank you. And then Great Movie Ride. That was another one that
obviously,
really
Ellen.
It hurt. Great Movie Ride hurt, but I heard a Mickey ride. I love Mickey. This is gonna be great. It was like one of those like, I'm sad to lose this, but I'm optimistic about the future. And same thing with Ellen. Because I like those dinosaurs. Avatar opened. Avatar was fantastic. I really enjoyed that. I don't know. And then like they announced like Toy Story Land, and I was like, what is this? And then Star Wars. I've never been a big Star Wars fan, but I think like, even the geographics, like it just didn't look super interesting to me.
Okay.
And then they opened Mickey, and I was super excited for the Mickey ride. Yeah. And it just kind of fell a little bit flat for me. Like it was like really, literally flat. It's a really flat ride.
It's literally flat. Yeah.
That's kind of my problem, and I think that's kind of when I like started to feel a little bit disillusioned, and then the whole Splash thing.
Yeah, actually, so Mickey and Minnie's was right before COVID, so that was in 2020, and then Splash was announced.
That 2020 thing, I was supposed to do the college program that year.
Go, no way.
Yes. And that also really hurt me, because and I mean, it's not their fault. It was unprecedented, but they kind of like led us on that like, oh, it's just going to be a little bit delayed. We'll do it. And then like they hit the hammer and they're like, sorry, best of luck next time.
Dude, that sucks. And then obviously you never got to do it.
And then I never got to do it, yeah.
Oh, that's such a bummer.
Yeah.
So you haven't always been Mr. Positive and sunshine and rainbows about the parks, but never overly pessimistic. You were just like, looked at things with a critical eye and said like, this is good, but how do we make it better? Or you know what, this isn't so good. How do we improve upon it?
Yeah, correct.
So that was kind of your attitude all along.
Correct.
So,
and aside, I know it doesn't seem like it, but I still somewhat, when I can put Splash and Frontierland out of my mind, I still try to have that viewpoint. But my posts, I don't know. I try to over exaggerate some points just to get them across.
I get it. Are you trying to rile people up? Are you trying to get the eyes? Okay.
Sometimes.
All right. I always kind of wondered that. I was like,
Yeah.
can he possibly be this pissed about everything, or is he
No.
just trying to get under people's skin a little bit? Not necessarily be a troll, but just get people worked up a little bit.
Yeah.
Or are you trolling? I don't know. It's hard to tell sometimes.
Not completely.
Okay. All right. But
I'm
there's
not trying to
maybe
be
a little...
too irony poisoned about my takes, but
All right. So I guess it doesn't sound like you're too averse to change. If it's going to change, you just need it to be as good, if not better, than what it
Correct.
replaced. That's kind of the vibe that
Correct.
I'm getting off of you. See, okay, so let me circle back to Great Movie Ride a little bit, because you talked about how Great Movie Ride closed, but you heard it was going to be a Mickey thing, and you were very excited about it. I think my thing is, and I agree with you, like the ride, it's just okay, but it's not great to me because of what it replaced. Like,
Yes.
Great Movie Ride was my Splash at one point, and for Runaway Railway to come in and be like, we lost that amazing ride for this thing.
I know.
Like that stings. But when I go to Disneyland and I ride it, because that was an addition, it didn't get rid of anything. And I was like, you know what? This fits perfect here. It fits right into Toontown.
You look at it a lot better.
Yeah, you do. So I kind
Fantastic queue. I love the gift
best.
shop.
Oh, it's all great.
Yeah.
So same ride, different parks, different circumstances. I completely view them totally separate. Like they're two separate things. Florida, not so great. Disneyland, oh, I love it. So I kind of get what you're saying.
But even then, just to interject, I still wish they did it better on both coasts.
No, I get it. Yeah.
I think the decision to focus on the newer shorts, I think it was a mistake. And I liked when the newer shorts were coming out. I was so excited. I as a kid, I used to look up new Mickey Mouse cartoons, and like I just look it up every single day just to see if there were any announcements for new Mickey Mouse cartoons. And finally they announced new Mickey Mouse cartoons. I was so excited, and I enjoyed them. I've watched all of them, but I don't know. I don't think that art style and that characterization, I just don't think it holds as much.
For what it's worth, I have two young kids, so they are 15 and 11 now. So when that ride opened in 2020, obviously they were 10 and 6 or whatever they would have been at the time, and they love the new Mickey shorts. And they showed them on Magical Express when that was still around. That's another thing they pulled out from under us. So I think like they did connect with kids a little bit.
Oh,
I
I'm
think
not saying they didn't, but
Sure.
they're not as timeless as the classic shorts. And
No, I agree with that. Yeah.
the question I pose is, say you instead of showing the new shorts, you showed the old shorts. Mm-hmm. I think they would connect with kids just as much, if not more.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and
I agree with that.
yeah.
Okay,
Pardon?
that's fair. No, I agree with that. I think that's a good point. So, I was just kind of curious to see where you stood on change, because I do see, like, when anything's announced that it's going to change, or even if it's like a rumor to change, like with the whole Space Mountain thing, we didn't get anything on that, not yet anyway.
Thankfully.
I do see you kind of fly off the handle a little
Yeah.
bit.
I mean,
so I was just curious to see where you were with change, because it didn't seem like you accept change very well.
The problem is they seem to be going after all my favorites.
Yeah, I get it. Okay, that's fair.
Space Mountain is one of my favorites, and especially over the last couple years, and there were some years even after the Splash announcement, where I was like, as much as I'm excited to ride Splash a few more times, the things I'm most looking forward to are Space Mountain and Tom Sawyer Island.
No. Well,
what happens?
Womp womp.
I know.
And we actually are going to talk about. You know what? I'll just flash forward to that, because I was going to ask you a question about that. Then I'll come back to this other question. Are you one of those people? Because Splash, I guess you could tie into this. But when they announced, I was joking with people. I called it Black Monday, D23 2 years ago, because they announced all this great stuff, and then Monday rolled around. I think it was Monday. Maybe it was Tuesday.
I was at the parks.
Yeah. So when they announced, like, hey, we told you guys about all that cool stuff. Well, to do it, we're going to get rid of Rivers of America, and we're going to get rid of Tom Sawyer Island. And then it turned into like almost this culture war thing again. It was like Splash all over again. Everybody was like, Disney hates America. They hate all things Americana. Yeah. They're getting rid of Splash and they're getting rid of Tom Sawyer. Were you one of those people too that were like, Disney just hates America? Because I didn't view it that way at all. It's like, this is just so silly. Disney has been replacing rides and tearing rides down almost since the jump when Walt started Disneyland. Like, they were tinkering and replacing things for decades and decades, and now all of a sudden it's like, oh, Disney hates America because they took these two things out. No, Disney loves money, and I understand, like, they have the land, and I'm never going to defend that. Like, if they wanted to do this, they could have built it in all these open areas that they have, but, you know, I think maybe they looked at the river. And everybody's argument is it's vibes. Well, Disney doesn't make money off of vibes. Like, we know that. They see this empty area. And to be fair, there were rumors about Tom Sawyer Island going away forever ago. I didn't really hear so much about the Rivers of America going away, but
the rumors for it like predates me even visiting the island.
Oh, yeah. I mean, these rumors have been out there forever.
Yeah, back in those days, I was like, yeah, get rid of the island. I think it was 2019. I'm like, I'm here an extra day. Let's just check it out. And I fell in love with the island. And from that point, I'm like, okay, now I don't want it to go.
But when they announced that, hey, you know, to make way for this cool new stuff we're bringing you guys, we're getting rid of these two things, were you one of the same chorus of people who were saying Disney hates America? This is another thing?
I don't think they hate America. I don't think... and obviously, the optics don't look good for them. Like,
no.
You close something that's based on, like, African American folklore, and then you close something that's like more in Frontierland. I think it's definitely a separate thing from Splash. I see more, I don't know, I see more malice in what they did with Splash compared to Rivers of America, where they're just like, Rivers of America, it sounds like there was an issue with the basin leaking, and they put it off for years, and then they were like, well, instead of fixing it, we're just going to fill it in. And, so I think they just kind of they waited till it became a problem and then fixed it.
So you didn't take it in any weird personal way, like there was no like icky kind of backstory behind it. It was just another thing they're just getting rid of.
I didn't until I saw those Jeff Valle emails. And I think this, honestly, I think this is a trend with Disney. They announce a change, the change is unpopular, and they get all this backlash, and because of this backlash, they feel almost more emboldened to make the change, to go against the people that are insulting them. So maybe we shouldn't have insulted them so much, because maybe they would have handled things differently. Maybe that's why they've gone so nuclear on Splash. I don't know. But no, I think it's more of a, they left it as a problem, and this is the cheapest way to fix a problem and the cheapest way to quote unquote expand the parks. I don't think, obviously I don't think it's the best decision they could have made. I think they should have kept the front loop of the river, or just made a smaller river and then just had it transition into because they have plenty of space. They can expand. They could keep
of course they
a smaller river.
Sure.
With pathways, and they could have bridged it to the island. They could have done a million different things. The late Eddie Soto, rest his soul. He pitched a fantastic thing about keeping the river, or making a new river around Thunder Mountain and tying the riverboat into Tiana's and all that. And I thought that was a pretty good idea.
That would have been cool. Interesting. And then real quick, let's just touch on space real quick, because I know that was another thing that kind of set you off a little bit. So what is your fear with that exactly? Like, my biggest thing is I'm okay with them doing things to the physical track. Like, if they want to have a whole new layout of the track, I'm pretty much okay with that. Like, I'm down with trying something new. I would love new cars, because the ones that are there now aren't the most comfortable thing in the world. I can't have the Star Tunnel screwed with. I absolutely positively cannot have that music go away, because that is a hill I will die on. Like, I will break the pitchforks out myself for that. But like, as the actual ride building, and I think you and I talked about it, or maybe it was Liam, who's Save Space Mountain on Twitter now. Like, everything up the lift hill, the initial lift hill, you want everything from that point back kept the same, right? Like, where do you stand on it?
At least in terms of thematics, I would prefer that. I agree with you on the cars. I mean,
my parents go to with me for
Yeah.
my parents go to the parks with me. It's really hard for them to get in and out of those cars.
Sure.
Most of the times when I'm riding it, I'm riding by myself.
Oh, okay.
So I understand that plight very much so. I prefer if they kept it as a single cars.
Okay.
I don't know if they redesigned the cars and still kept them single file, and had 2 tracks. I don't know how possible that is. Going single file. It's so awesome. Like going in the front row and just having that wind rush on your hair. It's
Yeah,
like,
no, dude, trust me. I get it. And, like, people lost their minds. Again, like, time is a circle at this point. I don't even remember when all this was rumored. It was weeks before D23. And then D23 came, and then nothing was announced. And, I mean, if we go back also, when that rap article came out about Villains Land, it was, here's what's coming. None of that was true.
I know, it's not true.
This is why I say, like, I'm never going to overreact to a rumor. Because that's exactly what it is. It's a rumor. And that's all we can go off of.
And imagine they're doing like millions of pitches. That like,
absolutely.
You know how many retheme pitches they had a retheme for Space Mountain, like in the 2000s for Stitch.
Yeah.
Everyone knows the famous Tom Corliss Tiki Room, and those are. I have no doubt those were real plans, and they were scrapped like before they were even leaked, and I'm sure they will do something with Space Mountain, but I don't know. I don't know to what extent.
And we all know, like, it needs some work. I mean, that ride is getting old. That track is long overdue for a replacement. And I feel like now that Big Thunder's done, Space is the logical next step. And they've done kind of like an unspoken, unannounced, total refurb of Tomorrowland as it stands anyway. Like, everything's getting a facelift. So
it's been like a 15-year,
Yeah, so Space would be next up, and it needs it now that Big Thunder's back on. Like, I don't know if they can wait until, like, you know, Piston Peak and Villains Land are done, because that's still so many years down the road. But Space needs to get done, but let's just pump the brakes on the rumors. That's something that always drives me nuts, is the overreaction to a rumor. Like, I'll look at it and be like, okay, that's interesting, like, and we'll see. And then when nothing's announced, it's like, it was all for nothing. So we all just got worked up for nothing. So let's all just cool our jets a little bit. But one thing that did happen, man, and this goes back to how I think you're a little over-emotional about stuff, and this is what people give you such crap for from time to time. You got a lot of crap for this. So I think this was the beginning of my vacation when I flew over to Spain to go on this awesome cruise. This is July 10th. This is a tweet that you put out, and I'm going to read it word for word. And I said we can curse on this show, so it's fine.
All right.
This shit all started with that damn purple wall. That's when all the Instagram aesthetic girlies jumped on board the Disney park train, and they brought their Neanderthal sports bro boyfriends who have completely hijacked the fan base. So what exactly prompted that? Because people were roasting you over that, man. Like, people, like, they thought you had finally literally gone insane. So where did this anger-filled tweet come from exactly? Like,
do you
what
ever,
was
like,
the... Go ahead.
Do you ever think of a tweet and you're like, you just start laughing at, like, what you're coming up with?
Yeah. No, I mean, I get it. So you just hit send?
I'm like, this is going to be an all-timer.
Oh, boy. So do you not have, like, a self-edit button in your brain? Like, you type it out and be like, you know what, maybe I don't need to hit send on that one.
A lot of times I catch myself, particularly when I'm angry, when I'm tweeting.
That's the worst time to tweet, dude.
Yeah. And I'm like, you know what? I don't need to do this. I don't know. That one...
It came across like you were trying to gatekeep the parks a little bit. I mean, you can see how people would think that, right?
No, I can see it.
Like,
I can see it.
Was that, like, something you typed and you actually felt and you believed in what you were typing? Or was that just up from a place of anger?
There's some truth to it. I mean, I see... I get these tweets all the time. So I'll tweet something like, "Oh, this was a stupid decision" or whatever, and I'll get these, like, sports, again, we call them sports bros, in the little Splash community we have.
Yeah, sure.
And they'll be like, "Oh, shut up! It's so much better now, and they need to commit more to the modern audience, whatever." But, like, you go onto these accounts and it's like they got a football player and it's like Packers fan, whatever, and they're just tweeting about sport, and it feels like they're coming from a place where they don't really understand the art and appeal of the parks, and then they're trying to dictate
what the park should do.
Okay.
Or what the park should be. And
yeah.
that kind of annoys me. I don't want to gatekeep. Like, I want it to be a place for everybody to come and enjoy and be happy. But I feel like if you're dictating the direction of these parks, you should have a little bit of understanding of why these attractions work.
Sure. Yeah. I don't
why they resonate with people.
And I see what you're saying. And like the parks are super popular, and they're becoming more and more popular with, like the 20-something crowd. I feel like too, to an extent. Like people, and I will say this: like when I go to Epcot, and the videos that drive me nuts on like a platform like TikTok or whatever are these drinking around the world videos where you get a drink and you stand in front of the different country and you scream the country's name out with a drink in hand. Like they'll have a drink and they go Mexico, and I'm like, what are we doing? So I think that kind of stuff really drives me freaking crazy. But no, I mean, because you're a lifer, like you've been going to the parks forever. I didn't get to go to the parks until I was a little bit older, but I had always read about them. Like I knew more about anybody that has never been to the park before. Like I knew a lot about them, so I feel like I could have a say, even though I hadn't gone to the parks.
No, for sure, absolutely.
Yeah, but I kind of see where you're coming from. But to put a tweet out there like that is like, ooh, bad look. And that's one tweet that kind of stood out to me. So that's kind of wanted to highlight that one. So you don't want to come across as you're gatekeeping, but you're right. Like it's okay. So like I'm not a sports bro, right? Like I don't play sports. Like I did when I was younger, but now I have a job and I do my own thing.
I did too.
But I am a massive sports fan. You know, like I love Man City in soccer. I love the Commanders in football, the Orioles in baseball. The list goes on and on. So I don't know if I'm a sports bro, but I'm a huge fan.
No.
But it bugs me. Like this is a good example. This is something kind of along the lines. So people who never watch football, but they show up to watch the Super Bowl. And they were like, oh, this quarterback shouldn't have thrown that play. The coach should have called this play. But it's like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, you don't know anything about football.
That's precisely
it's kind of
the
like
kind of thing I'm describing. And I, like, as someone who's not, like, I played hockey as a kid. I played a little bit of soccer.
Well, you're Canadian. Of course you do.
Born on skates. Funny enough, I learned to skate by chasing a Winnie the Pooh toy. So
nice. There you
Disney
go.
connection there. But yeah, like I wouldn't go and dictate. Like I don't know anything about football. I wouldn't go and dictate. Like exactly what you're saying. Like
yeah. So I get where you're coming from.
Yeah.
It just came across as a little weird.
It did.
And
I
think like
I know
I
knew how it would come across.
Oh yeah, I think you knew what you were doing a little bit.
Yeah.
You got the reaction I think you were looking for.
Yeah.
And things have changed in the parks though, in a lot of different ways. Like I didn't start going until 2008, but I mean I knew everything about them. I watched every possible thing I could watch about them. But over the years, and again, like, and I'm going to keep beating this horse to death, but social media and Instagram culture have changed a lot of things. Like, I don't think a lot of people really do care, and I will back you up on this, about certain aspects of the park and the art behind the theme park and things like that. They do want to go take their Instagram pictures and post it. They want to show off their overpriced drink at Epcot and wear their drinking around the world shirt. And I get it. And that can be a little annoying. But at the same time, it's like, you know what? If people are having fun and if it's not hurting me, who am I to judge? Disney's making their money. They don't really care.
Fair enough.
Their money's as good as anybody. So, I guess you got to kind of let it roll off your back a little bit and just worry about you.
The counterpoint I would make to that is if they just put their phone down just a little bit more and just kind of truly soaked it in, I think they would start to appreciate it the same way we do.
Yeah, and I don't want to call anybody out, but I feel like, and I'm not going to say his name, but he's a YouTuber, and he's a pretty well-known one. And when I started to watch his early videos, I felt like, this dude doesn't know anything about the park. Like, he's just constantly giving out wrong information. He's butchering names for all these different things. It's like, I wonder if this dude even gives a shit about the parks, or if he's just doing this as a way to monetize his channel on YouTube. And his channel kind of took off, and he kept kind of running with it. I'll tell you off the air who this is.
Yeah, tell me off the air.
I'll tell you off the air. I won't tell everybody watching. But and that kind of stuff does bother me because I feel like the the creators of the universe, because everybody wants to be a creator now. Like if you ask a kid, what do you want to be when you grow up? I want to be a YouTuber. And my 11-year-old is all about all these different YouTubers. Like, oh, dude, you're going to school and you're going to get a degree in something. You're getting a real job. But I feel like, a lot of people just use the parks as their own personal like recording studio to a point, and their own photo shoot, and people are oblivious to what's going on around them. So that does kind of bother me.
It's a little irritating.
Yeah, the tweet you sent, I understand where you're coming from. I think maybe could have been worded a little different.
Sure,
that's
enough.
the only. Yeah,
fair
that's
enough.
that's. So I agree with the theory behind the tweet. It was just a little strong.
Yeah.
All right, so let's switch from that. Let's talk about something that I know you're very passionate about, and it's funny. So I went to D23. I was very excited. I didn't get to go in 24, so I was back for this one, and got there pretty early. And they put you in these holding rooms. So it's like a big basement at the Anaheim Convention Center, and they have all these switchbacks, and you just kind of wait a couple hours for the doors to the showroom floor to open, and you kind of make friends with the people around you. Because I went solo, but I knew Orange Bird was there, so I got to stop and talk to him for a little bit. But the guy who was behind me said, "Hey, have you ever been here before?" I said, "Oh yeah, I've been to many of these. I didn't get to go to the last one, but yeah, I've been to tons." And he was asking me different questions about stuff, and then he said, "I'm very excited for the Kingdom Hearts panel." I was like, "Oh, you're a big Kingdom Hearts guy." He was like, "Oh, yeah, dude, I didn't know anything other than the stuff that you would put out there about it.
Yeah.
I learned about everything Kingdom Hearts for the next 2 hours. This dude, my man, wouldn't be quiet about it." So I know you're a big Kingdom Hearts guy. So do you think that's going to be something that ever could come to the parks? And if it did, where would it go? How would they incorporate that? All that good stuff. This is your chance to talk Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, I think it's... I mean, the funniest thing about this is 5 years ago, I thought Kingdom Hearts was the stupidest thing ever. And
Really?
I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna finally give this series a chance. I picked it up, and I think it was the first one was great. I think it was playing the second one that truly like hooked me. And it's been like one of the only Disney things like tethering me. I mean, I always love Disney, but it's keeping me engaged with the current space.
Okay.
I think there is a very high chance that they do more with it. I mean, even I think it was today or yesterday that somebody at Disney was saying we want to do more with Kingdom Hearts beyond the games. And I think got to give Josh his flowers. I think him. Mm-hmm. I think it seems like he gets it. He gets the appeal more than Bob did. Bob didn't really understand video games.
No.
Josh seems to understand, and I think you play video games, you get more attached to the characters, you spend more time with it. In terms of what we could see at what park, I think it's possible at Tokyo Disneyland. There's talk about expanding Adventureland. There's talk about expanding beyond, not in Critter Country, but like beyond, like where the Rivers of America is. So maybe we could see it there. I think we could see stuff in America. I don't think it's going to be anytime soon because of all the announced projects. But I think in 10 years, there'll probably be like 2 or 3 more Kingdom Hearts games. We're going to have the TV series. We might even have a movie. I think it's more likely, and I think if the talks about the fifth gate come to pass, I think it could happen there.
Not a whole gate for Kingdom Hearts, but like
no.
Okay.
Just I would say, particularly if they want to go like an epic universe route and have a bunch of like different IPs, I think that would be a great way to tie them together. Because there's 2 towns in Kingdom Hearts in the series, Traverse Town and Twilight Town. One takes place entirely at night, one takes entirely at twilight, entirely at sunset. Okay. And I think it would be really cool if they kind of used those towns to link these other Disney IP lands. Like they could do a Pirates Land, they could do
that'd be cool.
Zootopia, they could do Moana, they could do Peter Pan, like they had in Tokyo Disney Sea. They could do whatever.
Okay. That'd be cool. All right. Yeah, I mean, I just know you're a big Kingdom Hearts guy.
Yeah.
And honestly, man, like, I'm not a gamer. Like, growing up when I did have time before I started to have kids and all that. Yeah, I mean, like, I was playing Madden and like a couple other
Yeah, fair
things,
enough.
but yeah. But I mean, so it's lost on me. But when I talked to Drew Smith, one of my first couple episodes that I did of the podcast, I mean, he is a huge Fortnite guy, and that got him going. And my kids love Fortnite, so I'm familiar with that. Kingdom Hearts, they hadn't gotten into. I don't know if that's something that's on their radar or not, but
Sora's in Fortnite now, so.
Okay, and yeah, he mentioned Sora. I was like, isn't that like an AI thing or something? Like, what is Sora? Like, I didn't think that was Kingdom Hearts. So I don't know. I just kind of wanted to bring that up because I know that's something you're passionate about. So
I
throw
think
you a little
at
bit of a bone.
the very least, I think we'll at least see like characters and like maybe music and that kind of stuff integrate, because that's really easy to do, and that would appeal to the fans. So
Cool. So something else I know that you're passionate about, because you've tweeted about him quite a few times, Michael Jackson.
Yes.
So I know you're a big fan of Michael Jackson, and Captain EO was obviously in the parks for a long time, went away, came back for a limited amount of time. I don't remember how long that second run was. Do you remember how long that was? Should look that up.
2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
That was when I caught the show, and I wasn't as big of a Michael Jackson fan. Like, I think it was just after he passed. I wasn't as big of a fan, so it was kind of lost on me at the time. Yeah. But the music, I still loved the music, like watching it, because his music's universal.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It doesn't matter. You're gonna groove to it either way.
And obviously, like, the movie that just came out not long ago made $1 bajillion at the box office, and it seems to be doing very well. Would you want to see Captain EO come back, and do you think Disney would ever bring it back at this point, like for a third go-around?
I would love to see it. I think they view it similarly to Splash, where there's a controversy. Whether or not that controversy is accurate, I believe it is unjust, personally, similar to Splash. I feel pretty much the same way about Splash and Michael Jackson. Okay. And funny enough, Michael Jackson's estate, they signed off on Splash and its development, because he was working on Captain EO at the same time, and I think Michael looked at the model and he was in love with it, and so there's more connections. But I don't know. I don't know if they'd ever do it. Even when they released that Fuzzball plush, they seemed really
I was just
hesitant.
going to bring that up. Yeah,
they seemed really hesitant to talk about Captain EO, even though it was from Captain. They're like, Fuzzball, who was last in the Muppets special from what? And I'm like, what?
Yeah. Well, I mean, who knows, man? Maybe one day, but like, I'm kind of hoping that whenever this Dreamfinder Figment thing happens, like just that whole area back there just gets like a whole giant facelift. So I don't know if they would bring back Captain EO. You know, like, people have been clamoring for, like, maybe they should do something with Taylor Swift. I mean, she is today's Michael Jackson, though, man.
She's very popular.
It doesn't get it. She's not my cup of tea. Like, there are songs that I like. Like, I don't hate on her for, whatever reason. But, like, I know that would be huge. Could you imagine if there was a Taylor Swift attraction in that theater? Like, the lines for that, we thought, like, the Figment popcorn bucket line was long. Forget it. That would be bonkers. So who knows?
But what would it be? Like, they would have to lean into some...
Well, it would have to be something original. They figured it out with him.
Yeah, no, it would have to be something like that. But
I'm not saying it would be like a redo of Captain EO. I'm saying like a new attraction for today's audience. With Taylor Swift.
if Bob was still there, he would probably just make it a concert music video.
Yeah, probably just like, take the cheap way out. I mean, dude, the production behind that was insane. Like,
the thing with Michael Jackson, he was such a showman. He never gave it 90%. He always had to give it 120%.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, look at Thriller, look at all his music videos, Speed Demon. They're just bad. Like, they're all... So that was right up his alley. I don't know if I would see Taylor 100%. Swift doing the same thing. I mean,
her live show has a lot of theatrics to it. I mean, she's
for
a showwoman. If
Okay. I'm open to seeing what... if it comes to pass, I'm hoping to see what it would be. What my wish for that show, whatever that show might be. I've been really, and do we want to talk about imagination now?
You can bring it up now. Sure, go ahead.
Okay. That's the one thing I'm like I really want to be good. I really want them to do it right. And a lot of people are talking about like. They might not restore the full track, or I I think that they should look at the original. They should look at what Tony Baxter did. They should get Tony Baxter on board, and they should go from there. Like have an art section, have a literature section, have a performing arts section. I'm not saying recreate it one for one, but follow that format, follow that ride length, and
I agree with that.
If you can utilize that original score, because it's fantastic. I don't know if you've ever listened to it.
Oh yeah, dude! Like I said, I listen to all this stuff at home. Yeah,
it's phenomenal, and that ride closed before I went there. Obviously, it closed before you went there, so we missed out on that prime era of Epcot. But just looking at it, it's just so incredible. It's so
for sure.
inspiring, and I don't want them to do something like. I don't want them to turn it into a new Runaway Railway where it's like zany madcap. We gotta catch Figment. We gotta catch the spot. Like I want them to make something that just like speaks to the heart and has the soul of the original. And looking at that theater show, the original show was called Magic Journeys, and it's a complete drug trip. I would never suggest like bringing that show back, but I think. The main theme of that, like the song of that show, is incredible. And if you want to take that theme and put Taylor Swift in it and make a new storyline, go for it. I'm open to that. I'd like to see that.
Okay. Yeah, dude, I like it. So, we're going to talk about D23, so let's just bring it up here. So, obviously, that was one thing they announced. That was right at the end. Obviously, they didn't give us anything to go off of.
Nothing.
Other than But, and you know what, and I think that's okay. Like, I know people, we want it all right now. Like, as soon as you tell us something's going to happen, we want every little detail. And I'm fine with the slow drips on that stuff because we know, like, they are incredibly busy with everything that's going on now. And the odds that it just got greenlit to announce were not that long ago.
1,000%.
Yeah, it's like, hey, we just need to throw in a couple of extra things.
Yeah.
But, like, I do feel like the folks in charge now, these are things they want to do. So I feel like, hey, this is coming. We're doing this for you guys, but we're just not going to give you anything yet. And I'm okay with that. Like I said, like, so let's talk about things that they did give us more info about, being Piston Peak and Villain's Land. Obviously, we talked about the river going away to make way for these awesome new things.
Yeah.
So coming out of D23, how do you feel about those two things? And we'll start with that. We'll start with the Magic Kingdom stuff.
So I still don't like the location. I'm a huge at least of that first movie. I'm a huge fan of Cars. I was obsessed with it. It came out when I was like 5 or 6. I was obsessed. I had every playset. I had every single diecast.
Sure.
That's probably the movie I've seen the most amount of times. This year I rewatched it and I loved it. I loved my rewatch so much that 1 week later I rewatched it again. Like I love that movie. I'm not crazy. Like the heart of that franchise is Radiator Springs, and I know people say like,
absolutely,
oh, we don't want the parks to be clones, and I get that. But I feel like Radiator Springs is as core to Cars as Lightning McQueen and Mater. So I feel like doing that as a land and not doing Radiator Springs somewhere in. And it doesn't have to be exact clone of the DCA version. I feel like
the same kind of track layout and system and all that.
It doesn't even have to be the same layout. It could be a completely, like, I don't know how what would I compare, like Phantom Manor to Haunted Mansion, or
okay, yeah,
or
okay,
like Disneyland Splash to Walt Disney World Splash. Like they're telling similar ideas, similar concepts, but they're completely different versions. And I think that's the approach I would have rather seen. Piston Peak looks good, like visually, like the model is incredibly well crafted. If the trees look like that in real life, that would be great. Fingers crossed. I don't see like national, like a woodsy national park and talking car. They just don't seem like a good fit to me. It's like they're at odds with each other. And like if they had themed it to, and I know like if they had themed it to Country Bears or Humphrey the Bear or Chip and Dale and like, okay, like maybe it wouldn't sell as much merch, but like I think the ride would be as popular no matter what it is, because it's a new thrill-ish ride through a mountain. Like people love that stuff. It doesn't really matter what the IP is. I think the IP matters more when it comes to merchandise.
Yeah.
And they're always looking at how to merchandise stuff. But yeah, that's just how I feel about it. I feel like the Cars theming is the wrong direction, and what kind of gave me the red flag was like they were mentioning, if you take Cars away, it still fits Frontierland. They mentioned that in one of the conferences, Disney themselves. Yeah. And I'm like, well, if you have to say that, why is Cars a part of this at all?
Right. Yeah.
Like, it seems like it's like they're fighting. I felt this way about Tiana's Bayou Adventure, where it's like they want to make this Princess and the Frog ride, and they're shoehorning it into a log flume, and it's like, it feels like they didn't want to make a log flume. They wanted to make like a 5-minute relaxing boat ride, and it's like two competing ideas, and you get a product that is not good. It's not as good. The sum of its parts are worse than the individual, and that's not what you want.
Okay. All right. So, I mean, taking aside that it just being Cars, like if it was anywhere else, what would you feel about the land as a whole? Like, I mean, you got to admit, like it looks.
I'm open to it. I'm open to seeing how it plays out. The flat ride kind of looks lame, but
yeah, but I mean, you got to have something like that. I get it. I wish there was a third ride, like the rap said there was going to be. But let's go talk about Villains Land, because I think I'm confusing with that. They had the third ride for Villains Land, which we only got 2. But we are getting the Maleficent coaster, which I think is awesome. And I love Emperor's New Groove. That's like my age range, like where we loved that movie growing up. But Maleficent's the far better way to go with that. And that Magic Mirror Dark ride looks incredible. We don't know a ton about it, but from that little bit of concept art and the story we're hearing about it, looks great. So what are your thoughts about Villains Land? Because if they do this right, this thing is going to be a gigantic draw for a long time.
If they do it right, it will be fantastic.
Yeah.
I think the art looks fantastic. And I haven't been a big fan of Disney concept art as of late, because it just seems like they go for the same style, and it's kind of like muddy watercolor paint. I think the style of concept art they went with like the storybook, like the Crooked Story, I thought that was fantastic.
It's really cool.
I thought the backstory, I've been super critical of like how overcomplicated the backstory is for other lands and like who cares? The Crooked Wishing Well, it's like a perfect like visual storytelling. And that's what you want for a theme park. You you want something where like you walk up to something and you see how the land shapes around this one element. And I wish it was connected to Fantasyland, because that would have just made the transition just a little bit better. But I really like that. Now, my concerns, I've had credible people in my DMs tell me stuff about the villains. Certain people have been put on that project that probably shouldn't have, based on their recent track record. Guess which way I'm talking about that, if you will.
Okay.
And it's apparently it hasn't been fully budgeted yet, so like a lot of that rock work we've seen on the Maleficent model, which looks fantastic, they haven't budgeted for that yet. They just have the budget for the coaster. No, all this can change. It's still early out. We're probably not looking like till a 2031, 32 opening for this.
Yeah.
So like, I think if they give this time, if they do it right, I think it can be fantastic. I think the direction they have it in right now is good.
Yeah.
They just need the carry out over to the finish line.
Yeah, and it seems like they're going to give us scary, and I don't mean like over the top scary, but they're not going to like friendly it up like Goofy villain style.
No,
like they're going to give us a little bit of edge, which is I think what people want.
Which is good.
I think that's great too.
Yeah.
All right, let's fly. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, and sorry, just one other thing. The rap was saying like they were just going to do one singular dark ride with Maleficent as the only villain. Right. And now it's like, okay, we're doing a ride with all the villains,
which is gonna
that's what you have to do. You have to do that. What's the point of doing a Villains Land if you're not gonna have a ride where you're facing up against all the villains? Like that's just it's a no brainer, right? Like and a lot of the times the easiest answer is the best.
Yeah. So let's fly through some of this other stuff real quick because we're going to start to run a little bit long. But let's talk about Carousel of Progress. It's another one. They are changing. This is a big deal for a lot of people. I'm cautiously optimistic about it. I think it is time for that to change a little bit. I think Bryan Cranston and Jamie Lee Curtis sound like just home run picks for those mom and dad roles.
Yeah, they're good picks.
So you're on board with that. And what do you think about the decades? Okay, and what do you think about the decades?
I'm not crazy about the decades. I feel like if they had separated it a little bit more drastically, like if say they did like the 1920s and then the 1960s and then I don't know, like if they had separated it more, because I feel like with the 1960s to the 2010s or whatever, I mean we've seen technological advancement, but it's nowhere near as big as what was present in that original show. Like the appliances haven't changed that much, so it's not as interesting. I don't know. I always.
But now we have smart appliances. We have
I know.
Stuff that does everything for us.
They've changed a little bit, but like it's like I view that original attraction as like a museum piece, and maybe Tomorrowland isn't the best place for it. But to me, it's super cool seeing how things were like 100 years before I was born. Like it's mind blowing seeing stuff from 2010 and like even the 80s. Like I don't know. I don't care as much. It's not the worst decision, but we'll see how it goes.
Okay. All right.
I hope they do it good. I hope they do it good.
Let's talk about Tropical Americas real quick. What do you think about the Indy ride, the Myth of the Jade Serpent, and the two Encanto attractions? Well, I guess the carousel's not Encanto, but it's a cool looking carousel. And then the Encanto ride. Where do you stand with all the Tropical America stuff?
I love another one. Dinosaur, my favorite ride in Animal Kingdom, closed.
Okay.
I think I was initially concerned we were going to get another Bayou re-theme out of this. I'm less concerned about that now. I still don't think they needed to re-theme it. I think they could have plussed the attraction up. I think they should have kept that one dinosaur representation, that one ride.
Yeah, it is a little weird to not have dinos now.
Because that Carnotaurus animatronic, as cool as this snake animatronic is going to be, I feel I don't know. Dinosaurs. Dinosaurs are cool. Snakes are cool, but dinosaurs are cooler.
Yeah.
So I hope it's good. I hope it lives up. I hope they change the motion path to make it more make the rocks a little bit more intentional, like when it tilts. Because it kind of just dinosaur threw you all over the place, and that was fine for what that was. But I feel like Indy, it needs a little bit more of a control there. Sure. Cautiously optimistic. The land seems okay. I'm not.
I think it has a chance to be beautiful.
It does.
All the Encanto area stuff. I think it could look very, very pretty.
Full disclosure, Animal Kingdom's probably my least favorite park.
I think a lot of people would say that.
Yeah, they're like very impressive park. I don't like spending time there. I feel like it's very hot. It's a very hot park. It's a very difficult park to walk. And we talk about like underutilized space. Yeah. I know they got the animals, but there's a lot of areas in there where I'm just like, build a pathway. Like, why do I have to walk around this whole island to get to 2 points? Like, that's the one where like, if you want to fill in a river or build some bridges, put them there, please. The Encanto ride. I don't know. I like the movie. I don't love the movie. I'm not crazy about the storyline for the attraction, but I don't know what other thing you would do for it.
Yeah.
To me, like that movie is like, it screams walkthrough. Like, but
really?
But Disney doesn't make walkthroughs anymore.
No.
I don't know. It is what it is. I'm not like pumped for the attraction. I'm not super. It's an addition, right? It's not replacing it. What is it replace? Primeval World.
Dino Land was there. Yeah, I mean, all that stuff was.
Dinorama sucked.
It was awful. Yeah, we all knew that.
It's not what I wanted them to go like full prehistoric, like build a volcano, build dinosaur animatronic.
Cool. Yeah,
that would have been super cool.
That would have been awesome.
But they just seem so adverse to doing anything original that isn't tied to a movie. So
these days, you're not getting that, dude. I don't.
It's unfortunate. I think 10 years from now, maybe we could.
Yeah, and I want to get to that. We're going to talk about a reason why I want to talk about that. But real quick, let's jump over to Hollywood Studios. What do you think about Monstropolis? Again, we're losing Muppet Vision, which it hurts my soul, man, because I am older than you. I'm 41, so growing up, like, Muppets was my jam, dude. Like, I grew up watching all their movies and all that stuff. So to lose Muppet Vision crushed me. I know. So, and I get it. Yeah, and I totally get it. So different generations.
But even then, it's a fantastic show. It has that level, like, that 80s through 90s Imagineering, they were a different breed. Like,
100%.
Just the attention to detail was insane. And like almost every attraction is an art piece in itself, and that's why it sucks to lose them. Because even though I'm not crazy, I like the Muppets. I don't love them, but I go through phases where I'm like, oh, I want to watch a movie or watch some episodes. They didn't need to replace that show. Now, with that said, I like Monsters, Inc. I like the idea of us exploring a city filled with monsters. I feel like that has a lot of world building potential. I hope they're not too lazy with it. It looks like they're reusing a lot of what's already there, which kind of concerns me. Because I want it to look wacky. I want it to look like I want to be in a world I can't find anywhere else.
Sure.
I don't want to be in a city with some monster signs. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, look at Zootopia in Shanghai. Like,
that looks incredible.
And I don't like Zootopia, but that land looks incredible.
Yeah.
That land looks incredible.
Yeah.
That's the kind of thing. I mean, we're not going to get that level, but I hope we get something kind of in between.
Okay. And then I guess the only other thing I didn't bring up was Spaceship Earth. We haven't talked about that yet. That's another one. It was supposed to get done, and then boom, COVID. So again, probably much like Carousel of Progress, way past due for a refresh. How are you feeling about that? It's all about the human connection is what the whole spiel was. I don't know what that means exactly. I guess we'll find out.
I don't know either, because to me, like, the theme of Epcot, what Epcot is supposed to be is human connection and the human experience. Yeah. So I think you don't really need to make it that broad for Spaceship Earth. Like, I feel like the communication angle is fine to keep. I don't want to see them go overboard with this. Mm-hmm. Now, get rid of the stupid screens. Those suck. Retrack it. Like, this is long overdue. The whole descent being empty, that's needed to be redone. Yeah. It is. And I would have went on the attraction when it still had something. I barely remember it. Yeah. Most of my memories are with the current version. And I still love the current version. I love the first 2/3 of the current version. Yeah. And I hope they keep, even if they change the script, whatever, I hope they keep those scenes mostly intact. Refresh the paint, do some new lighting, refresh animatronics, but keep the main gist of those scenes the same. And I think they will. I think they will. I think what's going to change the most is the script and the descent. And because the original plan was like in 2019 they were talking about the story light and they were showing all these like changes. I don't think they're going to go that far with it.
It's probably something different.
They don't need to. There's just no point.
Yeah.
They're probably going to spend that money on imagination, which is long overdue.
Oh, yes. So I asked the panel last week, and we already know who's going to voice Mom and Dad for Carousel of Progress. We don't know the rest of the cast yet, but who would you want to voice Spaceship Earth? I said Idris Elba, because I just love listening to that dude talk. But who would you pick?
He's a great pick. I think you have to go with someone British, right?
Yeah, I think you have to. I think that's a prerequisite.
I think he's a great pick. I love Judi Dench. I think she does a great job.
Yeah, she does.
I wouldn't mind, like, they probably won't get her back to do it, but I wouldn't mind her coming back. Julie Andrews. There's another one. Yeah. Judi Dench is still alive, right?
Yes, I think so, right? Yeah, she's very much alive. Now I gotta check. Somebody said Jeremy Irons, bring him back.
You can bring any of them back, like...
you can't bring all of them back.
No, because some of them are dead.
Judi Dench is 91 years old, by the way.
Okay, so they're probably not bringing her back.
Yeah.
But to me, it doesn't really matter. I hope the script is good. I hope the script is better than what it is now. It's a little corny now. Yeah. Some of the lines are just like everyone thank the Phoenicians. Like, it's so great. It's corny. It's corny.
I get it. It's a big saying from the ride, though, man. We all love it. That's
maybe
a key line.
Maybe they keep that one, but I don't know. Make some of the other ones less corny.
Yeah, so we've got a lot of exciting stuff coming. It's a very exciting time for the parks and the cruise line and all that. There's a lot coming, and of course we have a new boss in charge now. He's been on the job for a few months, Josh DeMauro, and we've got Thomas Maslam running the park side of things. I'm very, very optimistic about the future of the parks, and I kind of want to know where your head is at with it because, we heard stories forever how much of a people person Josh was. And I've never met him in person. I was within arm's reach of him at D23. I thought I was going to get a picture. Then he was whisked away. Yeah, because so many people want to bombard this guy because he's so easy to talk to from everybody you talk to that has spent some time with him. And he looks you right in the eye when you're talking, and he wants to hear what you have to say about the parks. And he seems to really, really care. And I don't think it's a show. Like, I think that's him.
It feels like night and day from both Bobs.
Oh. Absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
Which is good. I want to be on the same level as you. I want to be as optimistic. But there's that part of me that's like, I look at what they've done the last few years and I'm like, I'll believe it when I see it.
Okay.
I want them to do it right. I want to be proven wrong, but I'm just, I can't get rid of that skepticism.
And I understand it, and you've earned the right to feel that way because we've been burned quite a few times before. But again, I feel like this new regime is different. And just being at D23, and obviously everybody else watched it at home too, so we all were watching the same thing, but I feel like they're really going after two different groups of people at the same time in a very good way. Like, they're building all these big, flashy new things to bring in the infrequent visitors or the first-timers who say, like, oh, man, I'm going to go to this Piston Peak thing. That looks awesome. I'm going to go see Villains and Monstropolis and all that. But then they're giving, the hardcore fans stuff that we really want. Fixing the Yeti is something they didn't have to do. Rock and Stardust said it last week. They're not making any money off of that, but that's the right thing to do. They're finally giving us a new Figment and Dreamfinder. They're giving us these little things that the hardcore fans want, and then they're doing the big, fat, flashy things for everybody else, too. So I feel like they're really going about it the right way. And knowing that they love the parks, I think we're headed in the right direction. I feel so much better than I did under Bob Chapek, 100%.
For sure.
I don't think Iger was a bad CEO.
I think he was a bad CEO.
Obviously a lot of bad things did happen over his time, but I think we all have to wonder.
He overstayed his welcome way too everyone knows Michael Eisner. He was great for the first bit, and then he overstayed his welcome. I think
everybody forgets about the end. Yeah.
Bob did that. I won't quite say tenfold, but quite a bit more. Even his first tenure, he stayed about three or 4 years too long.
Yeah,
and then he darted out quickly because I think he saw the window.
He knew, yep.
And then, good old Bob playing the savior came back, and I think he made a bigger mess for himself, for his beloved legacy. I think, So.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I do feel pretty positive about the whole thing, but
I think their messaging now is on point.
Much better.
They've got their messaging down. It feels like with everything they've done, there's always some monkey's paw attached. So Dreamfinder and Figment are coming back, and Figment's there, but that's great. But like I talked about earlier, are they going to use that original as a base, or are they gonna go, screw that, we're gonna do something completely new, we're gonna do Mickey chasing Dreamfinder shows up in the beginning. Someone pitched this idea on the forums yesterday and said, oh, you know what they're gonna do, they're gonna do Mystic Manor in Hong Kong, so Dreamfinder's gonna show up in the beginning, and then Figment's gonna let some spark loose, and you're gonna have 5 scenes of chaos, and then Dreamfinder's gonna show up at the end, and they're gonna capture the spark. I'm like, please don't do that. That is exactly Mystic Manor looks incredible, but Mystic Manor is Mystic Manor. Let Journey into Imagination be what it was. That spirit of what it was originally. It doesn't have to be an exact recreation, but that spirit of hopefulness and childlike one. That's what I want. I want it to be a traditional dark ride where you're going through scenes. So that's my concern. And because they didn't tell us what's going on with that, because it's early, that's why I'm hesitant. And then you have Tomorrowland at Disneyland. Mm-hmm. That's needed to be done for 25
That's another thing
years.
they announced for the fans. That's a big thing for the fans too.
But what does it entail?
We don't know yet.
Is like a new Tomorrowland, but are they going to theme it to Fantastic Four, like the rumors?
Oh, yeah.
And like that'd be a huge monkey's paw, because you already have the Marvel Land in DCA, and now you got more Marvel. Like, and I love Spider-Man, but
so do I. Yeah, no, I get it, man. I don't know. I think it feels like a new day anyway. Like
I hope,
nobody's ever going to be like Eisner or obviously Walt Disney, but Josh feels I don't know, man. He just feels more warm than the suits that we've had in the past couple of goes. So I feel like he is a people person. I feel like he wants to please people and he wants what's best for the parks. Having it said that, at the end of the day, he does answer to a board, and it's all about making that money. So, like, I just think that's the way it's always going to be.
And Bob is still on that board.
Yeah, he's still lurking in the shadows.
So it'll be interesting to see when he's gone for good, if things change, and I think they will.
We'll see. I mean, they are pumping however many billion, $60 billion into experiences. Like it's an insane amount of money. So we'll see if they spend it wisely and if they do these things well, which it seems like we're off to the right start, but we'll see the finished product and we'll have to wait and see and judge it at that point. Really quickly, we're going to do our last thing for the night. We're going to do the lightning round. But yesterday we were having this battle on Twitter. It was a simple question. What is better, Disney World or Disneyland? And this thing got like a whole bunch of attention yesterday. My notifications were just blowing up with everybody chiming in. So Gator fan, I forgot his name again. I should have looked it up. He kind of prompted that question, saying like, "Oh no, more people are going to think Magic Kingdom is the better park." No. This is something you and I finally agreed on. I could not believe he and BYU Florida and a couple of other people. Yeah, there weren't many, but there were a handful of people who said, no, Magic Kingdom's better. I, for the life of me, cannot just... Looking at those two parks, just as the parks, not part of the bigger Walt Disney World Resort, because that is not fair. Because as a whole, we all know Disney World is better than what Disneyland has. Like, that's not even a debate. But park for park, once you step inside those gates, once you go through the turnstiles, what is the better park? It is... obvious to me, and it's not even close. It is Disneyland.
Food is so much better, so much more to do, and like the be all end all for me is, what is the heart of a castle park? Fantasyland.
Sure.
Disneyland's Fantasyland is probably the best one.
It's
so charming. It's so it's like if we traded that, then maybe it'd be a different story. But I just, man, and that's And being back in Disneyland, and I've been quite a few times, but it was nice to have that like recent refresher. Being there, I just walked around that park every time I stepped into it when I wasn't over at D23, which is the biggest smile on my face, because that park, and I mean, and all Disney parks have a really fun vibe to it. Like when you're there, you're having a great time, obviously, but like just knowing all the history, and it is Walt's park, and the amount of attractions that are in there, there aren't many misses in that park. And
like
it's such an easy park to just spend a day in. Like, there's no hassle. Like, when I go to the parks in Florida, I love them. They mean a lot to me. But I'd be lying if I said I don't get frustrated at least once or twice a trip. My last Disneyland trip, I was happy the whole time. It was the greatest thing ever. Yeah, and again, like, I don't think there are many things that Magic Kingdom does better than Disneyland, Tomorrowland, as of now, and we'll see how that changes. But again, to be fair, we'll have to see how Villains Land and Piston Peak turn out, because that could close that gap a little bit. But as of right now, it's no, probably not. It's a wide gap right now, and I just thought it was fascinating to try to hear those couple of people say like, well, this is why Magic Kingdom's better. I'm like, are we going to the same parks, man? And this is not to say Magic Kingdom is bad in any way, shape, or form. Oh, it's a fantastic park. It is great. And I said to somebody, it's like a 1A, 1B kind of thing. It's like when somebody asks me what's my favorite ship, it's like, they're all great, but this one's clearly the best. It's that kind of situation. It doesn't mean I don't love the other thing. It's just this one's clearly the better of the two, and that's okay.
So I just thought that was a really fun discussion. And as I predicted, it was like 90% of the people saying, it's Disneyland. Like, it wasn't even close. So I just think it's interesting. But that's the fun part of Diz Twitter. You know, like, we can have these really fun debates and nobody was being rude about it. It was just a really fun debate. And that's the positive side of Twitter. Well, Brer, Oswald, we are not done quite yet. But I want to say before we move on to the fun part that, dude, a lot of people hate you because they only see what you put out on Twitter, man. But, like, you've been a treat to talk to, man. Like,
Thank you.
You sound like the kind of dude that if we ever crossed paths in the park, I would spend the day with you and just run around and ride some rides and have conversations.
I think we'd have a good time.
I think so too, man. And you mentioned yesterday on Twitter, because I think you commented on my thing about Sci-Fi Dine-In, you said something about, like, I think we have more in common than you even know. And I think you might be onto that, dude. I
mean, with Twitter, it brings out the negative, like social media, it brings out the negatives, it brings out the...
It's not a real place.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not.
It's not. No.
It's we all live in our own echo chamber on Twitter, and we go into our own corners and back whatever thing that we're trying to prove a point about, and we hate the other side, and we argue with the other side, and that's just what it is. So this is exactly why I wanted to start this podcast, was to learn more about the people behind the account, because again, like, you only know about them what it is they type, and not everybody's got a blue check mark and they can type unlimited, characters on there, and not everybody's going to read everything that you put out there. So this is a good way to kind of learn about somebody, and I think we've learned a lot about you, and hopefully this warms a lot of people to you, because you've been a treat to talk to, man. I just wanted to go out there and say that. Yeah, it's been a fun time. Much. Yeah, of course, man. And thank you for coming on. But before we get you out of here, we're going to do the lightning round. This is very fun. We're going to learn a little more about you. Rapid fire questions, 13, because, again, if you've never seen the podcast before, when you walk by, like, Tower of Terror, and it says 13-minute wait, we all know that's a walk-on. I just think that's a fun thing. So, lucky 13. So here are your 13 questions before we get you out of here. All right. Favorite Disney resort?
Does it have to be one I've been to?
No, it can be just your favorite resort for whatever reason. You can never have been there, but you know all about it. You've seen all the photos. Doesn't matter.
Polynesian.
That's my home resort.
I've never stayed there, but...
but you've been there. You've at least walked there. Yeah,
like a broke local.
Yeah, you're a broke local. You're a broke Canadian. Yeah. Favorite mode of Disney transportation? So
Monorail.
Okay, yeah, boom. It's a classic. All right, how about this? Favorite character from Splash Mountain?
So, obviously Brer Rabbit, but aside from the main trio and Bluebird and Frog, the geese. Has to be the geese.
Oh, okay, I like that. Okay. On the opposite end of that, your favorite character from Tiana's Bayou Adventure?
There's characters in that ride?
Believe it or not, there are a couple.
Probably the Fat Gator.
The Fat Gator. This is the second time we talked about Fat Gator today. Don't say what I think you want to say. Your least favorite ride at a Disney park. You can't say Tiana.
Tomorrowland Speedway.
Oh, see, you and I agree on that, man. That thing's
it's not even close.
No, that's gotta go.
It's the worst ride of the park.
It's really bad. It's long overdue to get ripped out. Who is the best Disney CEO ever? We were just talking about CEOs. It's more than a handful.
You know what? I'll say Roy Disney.
Okay, I kind of figured you were going to go there. Why not? He wasn't CEO for a very long period of time, but obviously he had a lot.
Oh no, he was. He was.
Oh, okay. Well,
Walt wasn't CEO. He was the CEO. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. Okay, that's a good one.
And it took quite a bit to keep up the Walt. So
yeah, that's true. If Disney ever opened another park outside of California or Florida, so we're just talking about domestically, where would you want them to open a park?
Can I not? We have to say it has to be in the U.S.?
Let's stay with the U.S.
Okay.
Because I don't see them doing one in Canada.
I wish. Let me just check the map. I'm not great on states. Hold on.
Well, so obviously, like, I live in Virginia, and many years ago, we thought we were going to get a park in Virginia. That didn't happen. But there haven't been many other rumors outside of that.
You know
that
what?
wasn't even a rumor. That was gonna happen.
You know what? Virginia.
Thank you.
It's close.
Let's
It's
have
close
a party in
enough.
Virginia.
It's close enough. It's got good enough weather.
Yeah. Hey. Virginia's for lovers. Come to Virginia.
Yeah.
What's a ride at Disney World they should close? I guess we already talked about that.
Oh, well, we can close it. We can pick another one.
Yeah, pick another one.
Mission
Because
Space.
I said least favorite ride, but you want.
Oh,
that
no.
one closed.
Well, okay. Assuming I can't say the obvious, Mission Space.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, okay, that's fair. I'm kind of over that ride, too. Let's see. Other than Splash Mountain, what's an extinct attraction you would bring back?
So I'm not gonna say Journey into Imagination because we're hoping that version is true to the original. So I'm gonna say Horizons because
Oh,
that's
okay.
that's one I missed out on and I always
Yep,
wanted
same.
to ride.
Very good. I would love to ride that, too. Best table service restaurant at Walt Disney World?
Does Sci-Fi count?
Absolutely it does.
Then that's what I'm going with.
I love
Sci-Fi
it.
dining.
All right, cool. That's such a fun restaurant. Are you buying Lightning Lane or saving the money and doing standby?
What's it up to these days?
I don't even know. I guess it depends on the day you go, really. It depends on the park. It's very confusing.
Up to $35, I would pay for it.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, again, for you, too, it's like you get to go so infrequently. You want to maximize your time, so... let's see. And I think I've got one more for you. Yep, we're down to our last one. If Disney was going to build a fifth gate, what would you want it to be? Like the whole gate.
So I mentioned the Kingdom Hearts thing, but I'm gonna go even more out there. I would like to see it based on mythology.
Mythology? Anything in particular?
I would like to see a land for different, like a Greek mythology land, Norse mythology land, Egyptian mythology,
that would be
Roman
cool.
mythology, just all mythology, all different cultures.
I love it. That sounds awesome, man. So there you go. That's your lightning round, dude. You breezed right through it. I think that was the fastest lightning round we ever did. It's almost like you knew the questions. Yeah, you were just able to fire
know
them
the
off.
questions. I didn't know.
Yeah, no, I swear he didn't know the questions, but you fired him off pretty quick, man.
Yeah.
I love it. That was awesome. Well, dude, again, this has been a treat, man. So
Thank you.
everybody needs to just give you a little bit of a break. I know you can get like a little worked up on Twitter, but that's just because you're passionate. And passion is not a bad thing.
No.
It's just I think, got to bring it down a level sometimes every once in a while.
If I hated Disney, I wouldn't be this passionate.
Absolutely. No, I know you wouldn't, man. So hopefully you get down to the parks pretty soon. I know it's been a hot minute for you. And if we ever cross paths, I would love to hang out with you for a little bit. But people can follow you on Twitter. Obviously, Brer Oswald is just what they type into the search bar, and they can follow you. I have a feeling a lot of people already do follow you, or at least they're checking in on you to see what you're up to these days. And I can't wait to see what crazy tweets come out of your mouth onto the keyboard next, dude, because it's always fun. I do find your tweets interesting to read. I think you've got
I hope they give you a chuckle every once in a while.
And a lot of them do. And some of them I roll my eyes. But some of them, I know they're coming from a good place. Yeah. And it just, again, it's all love. It's all passion. And I respect it at the end of the day, man. Well, this is awesome. Like I said, it was great to hear you going more, in depth about some of this stuff, to learn about you a little bit, man. And we'll have to do this again soon. I want to have repeat visitors on here. And we'll have you back on again at some point in time, man.
Awesome. Sounds great.
Awesome, man. Well, thank you so much. Have a great night. And
thank you. You too.
Talk
Talk to you soon.